everyone, it's me, Aaron, Professor Thorgy, your guide to all things geeky, and welcome to another episode of Comic Class, the show every single Wednesday on this channel where we just geek out about comic books, and oh my god, how good was Civil War? Yes, I did a review of it, and I am still hyped even a week later. That film may be one of the best Marvel films to come out, and there was one character in that movie who totally stole the show. No, not him. Not her. Okay, there was a lot of characters who stole the show, but you know who I'm talking about, Black Panther! Yes, that movie perfectly set up that character, his world, and gave us his origin story so well that we are all now fully prepared for his movie to come out. However, I heard one critic say that because it gave his origin story so well in this one, they don't actually know what they could even do in a Black Panther movie. Oh, I've got some ideas. There are tons of great stories and lore about the Black Panther that they could pull from for his movie. However, as any fan of a comic book movie will tell you, one of the most important elements of a comic book film is the villain. Who are they going to be going up against? So, today, to try and get you guys even more excited for that Black Panther movie, I'm going to give you the top 10 villains that could appear in a Black Panther film. And just to go ahead and spoil it for you guys, number 1 is Claw. It's Claw, it's totally Claw. I know that every comic book fan out there right now is currently screaming, why are you doing this? We know it's going to be Claw. They have even already set Claw up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he is probably Black Panther's number 1 villain. Yes, they have, and I'm not crazy. Yeah, of course the villain in the first Black Panther film is going to be Claw. Like we said, not only have we gotten Black Panther's origin, but in Age of Ultron, we got Claw's origin. They're definitely setting these two guys up to go head to head with each other. But that doesn't mean that another villain might not pop up. And also, this is Marvel. They're not just going to make one Black Panther film. If this thing is a success, and believe me, it will be a success, we're gonna get Black Panther 2, Black Panther 3. So these are all the other villains, number 10 through 2, who might be appearing in a future Black Panther film.
Number 10, Moses Magnum. Some of you might remember Moses Magnum as Black Panther's villain from the Iron Man Armored Adventures cartoon, so you will— What? No? Nobody remembers that cartoon? Come on guys, it wasn't that bad. I actually kinda liked it. Nobody? Alright, whatever. In the comics, he fought Black Panther along with the Avengers and even worked with the Black Panther as part of Wakanda's Department of Superhuman Registrations after America had its own civil war over the same registration issue. With his ability to generate seismic forces, he's one of the most underrated villains in the Marvel Universe. However, I've still got him this low because sometimes he's an Avengers villain, sometimes he's an X-Men villain. In fact, he even got his powers from Apocalypse, so there might be some kind of a crazy copyright problem involved with him, but if there isn't, then I could totally see him as a solid choice for the villain. Number 9, Man-Ape. Man-Ape is one of the oldest Black Panther villains, constantly trying to rise up and overthrow T'Challa and his Black Panther tribe and replace it with the White Gorilla cult. He's a powerhouse who is known for his massive strength and size. However, I've still got him this low because despite being so recognizable, it is a guy in a giant gorilla costume, and that's kind of, let's just say goofy. Plus, if you're looking for a Wakandan who has tried to overthrow T'Challa and matches him in strength and cunning, there's another villain later on in this list who is a way better choice. Number 8, KRAVEN the Hunter. Okay, I know everybody is about to shout, but he's a Spider-Man villain. Yes, but he and Black Panther have had many run-ins before. In fact, as someone who claims himself to be the world's greatest hunter and tracker, the Black Panther has always proven to be a worthy rival to KRAVEN. But, as I said, KRAVEN is a Spider-Man villain first, so why would he appear here? Simple. Because Marvel finally has Spider-Man back. I could totally see them trying to spread all of his characters into as many movies as they possibly can to make sure that Spidey stays at Marvel. And putting KRAVEN in the Black Panther movie, even just as a cameo, just as somebody who leads the main villain to Wakanda, would make the most sense to me. Number 7, Malice. Malice was a former member of the Dora Milaje, Black Panther's heavily trained squad of female bodyguards who were completely loyal to their king. But one member of the Dora Milaje fell in love with T'Challa, and when he refused her advances, she took on the name Malice and swore vengeance on him. I'll admit this is kind of a basic story for a villain, maybe not enough to spotlight her, but she could easily be set up in the first movie and then break bad in the second film and serve as the right hand to another villain who goes up against the Black Panther while she takes on the rest of his bodyguards. Number 6, the SKRULLS. I know this one sounds like an odd choice, seeing as how the Skrulls are kind of the villains of everyone in the Marvel Universe, but Kevin Feige, I've never known how to say his name, but that dude right there, that dude said that Black Panther will set up Infinity War, so it would make sense for another alien race to pop up, and during Secret Invasion, the Skrulls attempted to take over Wakanda, and that was one of the most memorable Black Panther stories ever, so it would be great to see that fight brought to the big screen. And before anyone asks, yes, Marvel does own the rights to the Skrull, they just don't own specific members of their race, but they can use them. Number 5, Akibi. Many people say that Black Panther is Marvel's Batman, and if that's true, Akibi is his Joker. He's a laughing, joking madman who plots 11 steps ahead and tries to overthrow the Black Panther, starting civil wars among Wakandan tribes, sending T'Challa running halfway around the world on wild goose chases, getting him banished from his own nation. Akibi's genius is only matched by his madness. This is a man who, after he was stabbed and left for dead by a rebel his wife fell in love with, he came back from near death and killed everyone his wife had ever spoken to, including chasing a man across the desert for days just because he sold her a pair of shoes. Yeah, he's super messed up. Number 4, the White Wolf. Many people forget that the Black Panther actually has an adopted brother, simply named Hunter. His parents died in a plane crash where T'Challa's father found him and trained him to be a great warrior, but when T'Challa was born, he lost his right to be king. So instead, he became the head of Wakanda's secret task force, the Hattusarazi, and he started doing everything that he could to keep Wakanda safe. Doesn't sound all that bad until you realize that his definition of keeping Wakanda safe included murder, torture, and manipulating everyone around him, including his own brother. T'Challa was opposed to his brother's tactics, even trying to shut down the Hattusarazi, but the White Wolf continues to push Wakanda and T'Challa himself down a darker path because he believes it's for the good of his nation. Number 3, Mephisto. Again, this one sounds like an odd choice since Mephisto is the villain of, well, everyone. However, up until now, the Christopher Priest run on Black Panther has pretty much been considered to be the hands-down best run on this character, and Mephisto played a large role throughout that series. So not only would it make sense for him to appear in the Black Panther film, but after Doctor Strange, it would be good to have another movie that allows you to flesh out the magical side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Plus, who doesn't want to see Black Panther punch the devil in the face? Yeah, that's the thing that happened. Black Panther is a badass. And at number 2, the number 1 villain for a Black Panther movie, who isn't Claw, Killmonger. Think of Killmonger as the evil version of the Black Panther. When his father betrayed T'Challa's father, his whole family were banished from Wakanda. He then ended up in America where he swore vengeance on, well, pretty much everyone. He trained his body to be a walking tank and his mind to be on par with the Panther himself. He even created a synthetic version of the heart-shaped herb that gave Black Panther his powers just to make himself even stronger. He was even able to return to Wakanda and take over a small part of it, and then used his influence in that realm to try and take down the Wakandan stock market, which in turn nearly crashed the stock market of the entire world. Which probably wouldn't make for a very interesting superhero movie, but he and the Panther also have some of the most iconic battles in that character's history. Heck, they once even fought for days on end with no rest, just hand to hand for days. If anyone could prove to be a threat to the King of Wakanda, it's Killmonger. And Claw, but as I said, no duh. So there you have it, folks, my top 10 villains I'd love to see in a Black Panther movie. Let me know in the comments down below who you want to see, and I know some of you might be asking, hey, Spider-Man has a movie coming up too, and we don't know who his villain is yet. Oh, we'll get to him next week. So if you want to see that episode, then hit that subscribe button. Also, follow me on Twitter and Tumblr for more geeky goodness, and click on the links above to see my review of Civil War and my spoiler discussion. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and come back next time.